pimp would say, quit the monkey ballin'. Know what I'm talking about? What's up, world? OG Run C Chopstar's finest. Live from the city of Serve, where we swing wide and don't hit the curb. Fifth down, trunk up. Never spilling a double cup. Cause we
straight about that age, put it in they face. BK gave me the ball, now it's time to run the play. I know they finna hate, I know they want my place. You ain't chasing the bag, sorry, but I can't relate. Bitch, I'm out there now, double cup on me. Bitches hating, but I'm tipping, skating, riding slowly. Used to rock with other hoes, left them bitches only. My name be all up in they mouth, but they won't run up on me. I'm an introvert, pretty money getting chick. Stare at me in public, yeah, I'm pretty in person, bitch. Little finger shady hoes, 84s on the wheel.
say, man, know what I'm talking about.
R.I.P. the pimp, riding slow, and you already know. Drippy from my hair down to my toes, swinging elbows on 84s, knocking down doors on my age time slow. No, I ain't never scared of no hoe. I'm only focused on that bankroll, but won't hesitate to wipe a nigga nose. Yeah, that's the motto. If you ain't know, now you know.
Yeah, real H-Town shit. If you don't know, now you know.
Why your face so ugly? Why your face so ugly?
It's a whole lot of gang shit, man. You know, I've been doing this shit for a long time, man. These niggas got me fucked up, man. I'm telling you. Hey, you ever hit a nigga so hard that everybody watching couldn't do nothing but say, oh Lord, fuck your credit up, boy, you can't buy shit with this whole card. Man, you ain't have to be on GTA when you seen your star. I knock a nigga lights out, fuck you mean, it ain't no mugging me. This we can fight at Walmart on the sugar, ain't nothing sweet. Cool, calm, collector, don't give a fuck about you clutching heat. If I don't put the stick on your bitch ass, I get you touched for free. Sucker, no, I'm sucker free, that's why these bitches fuck for free. No, they say you trickin', all you know is bitches fuck for cheap. A bitch can't get a buck from me like 50 on PIMP. And I need so much green up in my reaches, so niggas think we vegan. Fuck you niggas mean, and get a halo if you think you demons. Better not even think about no smoke, for you get hit for thinking. Never fall off, I just fell on, nigga, you can't miss the meanings. And if you ain't catch what I just said, you gotta just believe it. I just told this bitch she ain't my baby, I can't just be it. And if you wanna judge me, judge yourself, give me some justice, please, bitch. They tryna ride a nigga wave, they gon' be more than C-shit. Fuck the ops, you fuck with them, it's gon' be more than G-shit. Spend 3 times a week and spend 2 more times on a fucking weekend. They left me at the door, it's up, nigga, I'm about to fucking sneak in. Walk up in that bitch, might whoop the first nigga I see. This way ain't tryna.
a lot more often on a more dedicated schedule. So just be on the lookout for that. You know, it's a lot going on. Yeah, just trying to give people what they want. They want to see greatness, and you need greatness. This right here really works on your reaction speed and able to regain your targets in sight. It's a nice little drill. These training methods are also available for when you use a controller, but you know, you still get the you can turn the aim assist off, but it's not as, I want to say, as good as when you're doing the mouse and keyboard, because you're still getting that aim assist when you're playing it, but you definitely can get better even on the controller when doing this. Personally, I'd rather just use mouse and keyboard at this point. I've been training for so long. I have over 180 hours in mouse and keyboard aim training at this point. I really put a lot of dedicated time into it. Goal here is just to be able to really lock down. One of the things that I did pick up and I liked about Vanguard is the ability to shoot through the walls, because what happens is, let's say someone's strafing on you, you know, they're trying to dodge you, and one thing you'll notice in Warzone is people like to run behind cover. Now if they incorporate shooting through walls in Warzone 2 heavier like they did in Vanguard, and more so, I know you can do it in Warzone, but you can do it a lot more in Vanguard than you can do in Warzone. So if they do that in Warzone 2, man, it's going to be a different game, I tell you what, because a lot of those perks in Warzone 1 really allow you to shoot through the wall when you get that combat scout. But if they really turn those walls to be more accessible to shoot through in Warzone 2, man, it's going to be a different game, different level of game, I'll tell you right now. You guys got to get ready for it. Practice without, you know, game time without preparation is lack of self-improvement. We're all about self-improvement. Should be better than what you were yesterday. Always. Y'all playing the game and get ready for the next one. And you're probably like, well, how does this stuff translate to the game? This is all about target switching. Quick accuracy to acquire your targets with the least amount of misses, all while it's still moving. And we also have to remember that most people don't move at the speed in which I'm doing this training, and so it becomes a little bit easier for me to play the game because you're not moving as fast, nor are you moving in the speed in which I can't access you. Now, if I don't see you, that's a different story. But if I'm watching, if I can actually see you, you know, you're not blending in with the background, messing up my eyes, you know, these 40-year-old eyes. It's a good day. It's not a good day to be you. You know, essentially, what we're trying to get to is the point where our aim is as strong as the aim assist in the game. Aim assist is still OP. It is absolutely OP. I don't care what nobody says. did a little bit bad there. Need to get that better. Still better than my average, but need to get that better. As you can see, there's 46,000 people that do this particular training. Out of those 46,000 people, I'm ranked 8,762. We need to get this in the top 100. You're like, that's a long way to go, but you gotta have a goal. See, I started Warzone late, so I didn't know the map, but I'm not gonna make that same mistake on the next version. So it's gonna be interesting. I'll tell you that right now. It is going to be interesting. Let's go. Got a problem with under tracking a little bit. I don't know if I need to up my sensitivity, but I feel like, and someone else brought it up too, where it's like I'm almost chasing the target a little bit. I'm not leading it as much. Mind you, this is just a warm-up before I get into my real routine. Usually I play this a little bit just before I either go into a game or play Warzone or Cold War. I'm more of a heavy Cold War guy. Been playing a little bit of Vanguard, but definitely heavy Cold War than anything. Definitely heavy Cold War. So it's a little bit of difference here. Alright. Play this one more time. The goal here is really to get as many straight lines as possible when you're doing this. When you're target switching, you want to take the least amount of time between your targets, and that is always what you can get as a straight line. So a lot of people have a problem with target acquisition because they're always trying to, fiddle around and figure out where they're going. But just pick the path shortest to your target, and that's the target that you choose, right? So if you got a target that's closer, that's fine. but always take the short path to it, which is a straight line. Try not to provide curvature into your aim if possible. In some cases it's almost impossible, but you still can get a straight line, like here, boom, straight line, boom, here, straight line, boom, here, straight line, straight. It's that simple. As you practice your straight line approach, speed in itself develops. And there is different, as you can see, there's different actual training instances of this where it will allow you to practice those lines. As a matter of fact, in the other aim trainer that I have, there is this one, there's this one scenario where you actually have to follow the lines that's provided to you. I actually like that. I think that's pretty good. They should bring that to Kovaaks. That's one thing about that trainer that I do like, but they should bring that to Kovaaks. I don't know why that actually is not in here, but a lot of people use 6-shot as their tool of choice, but the dots are so small I can't even see. So I prefer things where I can actually see. I am not a teenager, you know, not 16, 17 years old where I got like 20/20 vision or some super duper bifocals. I can see somebody across the parking lot with my vision. I don't have that, right? I'm an older age gentleman that really likes to not strain his eyes when he's trying to see in the video games. And you know, these video game companies don't take that into consideration when they're making their maps and their color palettes. People who are getting older, you know, can't see that. Right? We can't see that. So it's like, come on, man. At least let me see the daggone thing. You know, make it so when players are spawning, I can actually see them. The goal for this is really to find your target and really just like lock in on it, you know, without much time to manually get to it. So I usually pick a point in the actual screen scenario and I focus in on it, and then I hunt for the actual person. In those type of situations, I think about it in like a high alert fashion. So if you use a high alert perk, what happens is you get an indicator on either left or right, bottom or top of your screen, and depending on when that indicator kicks off, that's where you need to be looking to acquire the target. And this scenario here allows for you to be able to quickly get comfortable with turning in directions and then coming to a halt. There is a scenario that is called flip flick off, right? This is an example, right? So boom, you want to get comfortable with, you know, your flicks coming to a halt. Sometimes, you know, I overshoot or I undershoot, but as you get comfortable and you really get good at this, which, you know, I'm still trying to get really good at it, you'll be able to come to a stop of a dime and really kick this off the way that you like to. One thing I do notice that's a little bit different in aim training on the PC and then playing keyboard and mouse on the PS5 is there is a significant input lag. And so if I'm on here, it's almost instant sometimes, but I'm also wireless too. So right, you got to take that into consideration. I'm using a wireless mouse. I'm not using a standardized cable mouse, so the input lag is a little bit less. But I do like the ability to be wireless, just in case, you know, one, it reduces lag from the cable when you're trying to get like really over here or over here. Unless you got a really long cable, it can get in your way. So this is one of those ones where like it's kind of small, and this is all about precision while picking direction. There are some that are actually smaller than this. I happened to find this one which had bigger targets, and so I don't mind playing this one. But the ones with the super duper small targets, I just can't do it. But this is really, it stresses straight line path as well as understanding what is the preferred target acquisition. So you can see here, we're trying our best to maintain straight lines when assessing the target and coming to a halt right on it and then firing. One thing I try to do is not harp on missing. If there's a close enough target, I will just switch targets and come back to the previous one, just so you try to hit as many targets as you can in a little bit of time that you can. And so when you waste a lot of time focusing on one miss, it really takes you out of your loop. I just hit a high score on this one, 91% accuracy on there. And remember, it's not always about speed, right? It's all about accuracy. The higher you can maintain your accuracy with speed included, the greater of a person you're going to be when it comes to this aim training. A lot of people will tell you, oh, it's all about the speed. But what is the person that hits 70% of their shots versus the person that's going to hit 91% of their shots? Of course, speed matters to a certain extent. But if you're not hitting all your shots, even if you acquire me first, and every time I turn to you, almost 100% of my shots are hitting, the only thing I got to work on is either one, perfecting my dodge after the initial contact from you, and then turning on you and hitting you. You may hit me first one time, but at that point, if you don't hit your second shot on me, it's a wrap for you, because I'm going to hit majority of my shots. 9 out of 10 of my shots are going to hit you. Just take that into consideration. Smacking shit. New high score. It's a nice little flip routine here. One thing I hate though is like the reload speed. If you miss the first one and you want to click real quick, there's a penalty. So like right there, I knew I was on them. Or at least I felt like I was on them. That one I was a little bit off there. Now I wish you could shoot through the wall. But some of these, I know that I'm on it when it hits through the wall. Like that one, I know I would have hit through the wall. For sure. Like that one I was definitely on. This one is mostly about speed and accuracy. Your goal is really to move at a fast pace between these two. Your goal is to try to acquire your target as quick as possible while still being accurate. Right now, I am definitely a little bit off, but you know, it is what it is. You are perfectly what you need to do this. Even with being a little bit off, still got a high score there, 85% and 89 kills. Not bad. I'm still struggling to break that 100, but hey, in all due time. Practice makes improvement. Practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes improvement. This is what I call this the awkward angle aiming, right? Because most times you're not aiming in this type of fashion. So this part of your wrist when aiming doesn't really get taken into consideration, because how often are you really aiming at a person that is running these angles? Now, what I like to take this into consideration is when you're playing Warzone and the person is trying to break your camera, if you're on a console and you're playing with 80 FOV, what happens is, they'll try to slide cancel across the doorway. And so this drill right here allows for you to, acquire those weird angles as they slide past you and be able to still maintain your aim. So I do find that extremely helpful there, because it's that aiming of your wrist that you don't really do too often, and so it does become a benefit to get that in. Of course, you gotta have a lot of horizontal aim. You gotta add in that vertical aiming as well. Right now, I'm having a problem under tracking. Good thing is you can identify your issues and do your best to resolve them. But this is one of those ones where I know that I need a lot of work on, because I'm a wrist aimer by heart. And when you're doing vertical aim training, like for instance this right now, if you take a look at my arm, I'm actually using the whole arm to maintain a straight line going up and down. Whereas on your wrist, you can't do this with your wrist. It's impossible to aim upwards in this fashion with your wrist at this distance without having an extremely high sensitivity on your vertical. Even with as crappy as that is, still showing improvement, new high score for me, right? So, just trying to get better every day, man. Let's go. We got two more here. Still under tracking, as you can see. As it goes to the left, you can see that my crosshair is kind of tracking on the back side of it. What we want to do is try to get that crosshair placement just at the very front of the target. And what that means is we'll get more accuracy on our hits. Whereas though right now, our bullets are trailing to a certain aspect. So we want to improve on that, because all it takes is a slight off day where you're completely dragging and you thought you got that hit that you should have got, and it's just the hit markers don't register because you're just slightly behind the person, and you think that you're all the way on, but you're really just slightly behind. So that's one thing that you gotta look out for when under tracking. Sometimes increasing your sensitivity, by the decimal, the lower numbers is really what you need to adjust to this. Not anything major. You can even move your hand or your arm faster, but I find that when I do that, it messes with the consistency of how I'm going. I think that moving in a micro scale sensitivity upwards is the best thing to do, because you're only given but so much real estate here. You got to be careful with that. One thing about this drill that I don't like is the penalty for missing. It's huge. Absolutely huge penalty for missing on hand. Let's go. Come on. Gotta get it. Gotta get it. Get off. go really here, you want to hit those before. You want to hit those before they hit you. I got a high score in there, but that thing a little bit difficult. You really want to nail those before they get to you. So it is what it is. Nice little quick tracking here. Track the strafing. So we are done the warm up. Let's take a look. So we're at a 3.1 now. So let's go ahead and do a micro adjustment. So we'll go to a 3.25. Don't want to do anything major, right? So it's not like we're completely off. We're just literally under tracking. So we want to take gradual steps to get to a better scenario. So we're going to get into the else tracking. See here, you can see it's a little bit of improvement. We're not so far to the right when tracking to the left, and as you can see here, we're not so far to the left when tracking to the right. So that little small minor adjustment, definitely helped us out there a little bit. Might have to bump it up just a little bit more so we can make sure we stand and hit on the left hand side in all scenarios. And on the right hand side, one of the things too is you want to understand that when you're a left or right hand player, what your weakness is by your muscle fibers. And that's very important to note when you're making changes to your sensitivity and the way you play. You got to make sure that you think doing things that are specific to you and not things that you see over the internet, because you are you, and your ergonomics for you are extremely important, because only you can really leverage what's best for you. It's your body, right? So. Not bad, not the best I've ever done. I'm ranked like 6,900 out of 100,000 people, right? So not bad, but I only hit 93%. I felt like that should have been better. Felt like it should have been better. Of course, I'm over the median, so but I do feel like I should have got a little bit higher with a score there, but whatever. Still under tracking a little bit, but for the most part we're not falling too far behind, so we probably need to make like another small adjustment just to make sure we're staying there consistently without much different ways or drag input. So I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make that adjustment now, right? So we're at 3.25, so let's make this a 3.3 just to go up. And we'll see if we're either over or under. Feel good. Feels good. Kind of centered. Goal is when you acquire the target, you don't want to be dragging off of it based off of its movement speed, right? You want to be able to, once you lock on and you move in that direction, you are there with the target at all times. It's very important. Like I got a little bit of under drag there because of the speed, but you can see here, depending on this speed, not too bad. Still a little bit of under drag, but you can definitely see it is starting to stay more centered, regardless of the movement. Really what you want. You want to get to the point where trial and error on your sensitivity. You want to do this is you could do this even with a controller, like I said, and really iron out on your dead zones, really iron out on your sensitivities. Don't knock preparation, man. This stuff makes a huge difference. I know it may seem like a waste of time, and you think that you're the most amazing person in the world, but if you're not willing to make yourself better, then I'll continue to look down upon you and see how you're doing down there. Never be as good as an Aimbot, but we want to be damn near close to it, right? My target switching is not bad. Need to definitely improve the speed. Like I said, I'm really focused on once I acquire you, regardless of how long it takes me to get to you, there is no leaving my crosshairs without being a dead body. That's the goal, right? Our goal is to kill. So, it's not bad. Need to do better though. Very close to my high score, but need to do better. A little bit of underdrag here. This one's moving pretty fast, but that's okay. We'll adjust. Most of the underdrag was just due to me not, using more of my arm with that movement. You have those real long strafes like that, your wrist really will suffer, so you want to make sure you're using your arm and adjusting as necessary. Like I said, most card players don't even strafe like this, right? They make real small basic movements because they've never really played like Quake or Doom where, strafing really matters, right? Strafing will save your life. Those high impact gunfights. I'm a big Quake player back in the day, so strafing, left to right and knowing how to dodge in that scenario is it comes natural to me to dodge those. But not only I hit my high score second time in a row. Not only does it come natural for me to dodge those, but it also comes natural for me to adjust to a person that does that. Especially when you used to have the lightning gun. That used to be the most dominant gun in the game. If you knew how to strafe and catch people that were strafing and adjust to that, that gun was literally almost unstoppable in the right hands. You literally could dominate an entire match. Because if you could use the lightning gun at high proficiency, you could take out multiple players, one right after the other, especially if they were already weakened by your teammates, with ease, and finish them off with a shotgun at a distance or a railgun if you're really sweet with it. Like what we used to do back in the day is we'll hit you with the lightning gun, and if you jump off of something, we'll hit you with the railgun, or we'll double up, hit you with the railgun as you dropping from somewhere, and then as you drop, hit you with the lightning gun. And if you really was sick with it, you would catch them with the lightning gun for the whole entire fall. They would never even touch the ground because the lightning gun will hold them in the air and push them up against the wall. And you essentially are trapping them in midair, and they have no way of dodging or running away. It's kind of crazy. Kind of miss Quake. It was like the pinnacle of online gaming. It's what started the whole esports fanatic. Don't get me wrong, Doom was nice, but Quake changed the dynamic of first-person shooters forever, right? Counter-Strike, huge successor to Quake, really took a forefront to competitive games, from being these futuristic type games to here's real life modern combat games that a lot of people could feel an affiliation to because you could purchase some of those weapons, right? No one can go out here and buy a lightning gun or a railgun, but it was great arcade type gameplay. But when you had Counter-Strike, man, that was a good game too. But that game in itself changed the dynamic of how games are today. matter of fact, I remember getting banned in Counter-Strike because they thought I wall hacked in Counter-Strike. Because in Counter-Strike, you can actually shoot through the walls, right? Depending on what gun you had. Not all guns shot through the wall, but a lot of guns shot through the wall. I was a big sniper back then because the snipers had a quicker ADS compared to Call of Duty snipers. And this is why I think Call of Duty snipers have such a delay, because Counter-Strike snipers back in like 1.3, 1.6, boy, you hit that zoom button, that's where real no-scopes came from. That, it used to be like crazy. I remember we used to have like no-scope scripts that used to be able legally to write and be able to use competitively, because all you were doing was just combining two movements into your script. But yeah, man, that was some good days back then. You can't do that stuff now. The gameplay is not the same. But yeah, it was such a competitive scene back then. Nowadays, it's just these little rats out here that think they're good online. And my first Call of Duty was Cold War. And if this is the type of community that's out there, man, let me tell you, there's some toxic people. There's some toxic and racist people in Cold War. It's actually quite sad. I met some nice people though, but for the most part, man, it's a really toxic environment, especially when people like don't agree for them getting their butt kicked. I'm not even a shit talker. When I play the game, I'm not even a shit talker. I let my gameplay do the talking for me. Just know when you see me, just know that you're gonna back out, right? Like, if I win, you'll never hear me talk shit unless you talk shit first. But just know that going forward, when you see me, just leave. Just leave. I ain't gonna talk shit, but just leave the game. It's all, it's all fun and fair. But people love to talk shit. And I ain't saying I'm gonna win every game, but I'm gonna tell you what, I ain't gonna lose every game. That's for sure. I don't know nobody in here that's undefeated in any online game, unless it's like a 1-to-1. That's a different story. There's some players out here that are just nasty 1-to-1. Every spawn that you could possibly get, and they just high level 1-on-1 players. That's just like playing basketball, right? There are some players that excel in the team aspect of playing basketball, and there are some players that just really excel in playing 1-on-1, and they don't really excel in the team environment because it's always been about them. But if you put them in a team environment and the team comes first, they suffer. And they suffer because mentally they feel like their numbers are suffering. That's all they're good for. It's just that one dynamic of the actual gameplay. So yeah, it's quite weird. See right there, I can see I'm having a tracking issue. Not too bad overall, but we definitely want to improve on that. One thing you want to make sure you do too is recenter your mouse. Like when you get in those awkward spots with your wrist in your hand, try to recenter as much as possible, and get your arm back in the most comfortable way possible. I have an issue with taking too long to recenter my mouse, and so what happens is when you get in those awkward moments, and then they take it to a further awkward moment, it really starts to hinder the rest of your aim overall. So try to recenter as often as possible. So right here, I feel like I'm definitely lagging a little bit. See, I'm still a little bit to the left of this. Ball is moving across the screen. Sometimes I'm like centered a little bit, but you can see there that it's really like I'm trailing my target. So I'm gonna probably make another small adjustment. let's go straight to a 4-2. Nice, got a nice little high score there. So anyone asking, I don't know if anyone will, but if you do check the video out later, I can't really see any comments live on TikTok right now because I'm screen sharing. I have to scroll for TikTok. Is a little weird, right? So I don't have the ability to stream straight from the computer on TikTok. So what I have to do is I stream to a dead Twitch channel that I don't put out there for regular content. I stream there, and then I share my desktop screen on my phone, and then from my phone it streams to TikTok. That is like the only workaround that I can get to actually stream to TikTok, because I don't have a stream key to stream directly from the PC from my Streamlabs software to TikTok, which is so stupid. They really should get that default. Man, I did pretty bad there, only 80%. Huge drop off. Whew. Gotta focus up. I feel like I'm a little bit leading somewhat on this with the adjustment to that sensitivity. And others, I feel like I'm still trailing a little bit, but I think that's really just based off of the type of movement that this wall thing is having when it's bouncing. Not too bad, about 54%. Okay. Not too bad. Definitely room for improvement there. Excuse me. I wish they had tools like this when I was younger. They did not have anything to really do this stuff, man. It's crazy. Technology is just crazy. Like, who would have thought, right, that you can get an aim trainer that actually aim and get better at this stuff? This thing would have been groundbreaking back in the day. All that time where, when you're using the railgun in Rail Wars, I don't think people really understand how much this would have drastically improved their aim for railgun. I actually may install Quake Live just so I can see how much of an improvement I am compared to the last time I played it some years ago. Probably nobody even plays the game anymore. Another high score. Probably nobody even plays the game. I think they got Quick Champions out or something now, so it's probably what people are playing. I'll take a look and see. But anyway, so we got definitely tons of different high scores today. A couple of them are less scores, which you don't expect to get high scores every single time. But if I was to come over here and just look at like my monthly stats on some of these scenarios, some of this stuff is kind of crazy, but you can scroll through these things. I don't think you can scroll anymore. No, they took that out. but you can just look at the monthly stats, and you can just see, right, the work. You know, rounds by the month is just, you know, better and better. You know, tracking back to April up until now, I mean, you can see the drastic improvement, right? It's just an uphill. Eventually, I'm assuming I'll hit a roadblock, but as it stands today, you know, it's some of these are not even in my. I wish they didn't show things that you've never done in this. It just doesn't make any sense as to why they do it. I've tried a couple of different, and I think that's probably why. It should show this like only for the stuff that you did recently. So I don't know why they don't do it like that. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. That's so stupid. Anyway, but the point is, I can go through my stats here, and you'll constantly. As a matter of fact, let's go down to the S section. A lot of my stuff is in S's, but it won't scroll. I haven't played that in the last 30 days. Actually, let's see something. Flick off wall. You can see with the flick, it's been with the flick, you can see it's been kind of shaky for the week, but overall, you can see scores just drastically improving. You have your dips, but it's just practice makes improvement. That's all I got to tell you. And I ain't gonna come on here and tell you I'm the best, because I ain't. Let's see, since February, you know, doing this. And what's good about this, it actually tells you your sensitivity. So what you had before and what was working. So like right here, I would say at my peak, I was at like a 2.68 with one of my highest scores, but 3.65. I had adjustments on vertical, but you can see like there, it's kind of laying it all out for you. I don't know the last time I played this one. I played that twice. But yeah, I wish they really just showed the ones that you play regularly. But anyway, the point is, shit. Yeah, drastic improvement, man. Work on your gameplay. Work on yourself. That's the only way to get better. Let's do some tofu training. So slow on the upper tracking there. Really need to nail that down. It's that bounce off the ground. It's hindering me. Kind of did, I mean, it did better than the most recent attempts, but that could be better. For sure. My son. Here comes the man. You brought your balloons, son? My son just turned 2. I'm at loving these balloons. Hey! What's wrong, son? See daddy practicing? What are you ouching? What's wrong? What happened? What happened with daddy, man? professional day went on. Hey, I see. Whoa. Whoa. Hey. Hey. Can you get up here with me?
What?
Wow, come here. Why you ain't got no clothes on? Did you get out the shower and right? Ooh. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta wait. You gotta wait. You want some water? Here, come on, get some water. There you go. Take a water break. You take a water break. Some more? Nope, can't. Daddy phone. Daddy's streaming. Want some more? Oh yeah. That was good. Alright. Back at it, shall we? Yay. Say hi. Say hi. So you're gonna be out here banging on them too. My son loves playing these video games when he gets a chance. He sees me playing them, he just gets excited. No. Hello. I know. You see him? That. You see me aiming at that? Look at that. Yeah, still got a new high score. Yay. Ooh, excuse me. That was terrible. You know, you put some clothes on you. This just needs some outlet. So you get these clothes, but these clothes happening. What is happening? You really messing up my aim, though, I'll tell you that much. You can't keep pushing me around. What you need help with? Tell Daddy what you need help with. You okay? You okay? Yeah. W, X, Y, and Z. Yay! Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yay! Good job. Alright, it's finally off the lap. Try to concentrate and get some of this score back here. Oh, yeah, this score is probably horrendous. That wasn't a bad session on that one. Felt like it should have been better though, but it is what it is. That one's kind of dry and long, honestly. 3 more of these, that way you can take a break. This bad boy right here, crazy. There's no fucks given for this one, but this is not one of my favorites to do. It's all over the place. Get good at this. You ain't doing nothing. There, right there. Ooh. Got a high score though, even though it was some shitty ass accuracy. The person who owns this playlist, they only got 30%. So I don't feel too bad. Let's see how bad the under tracking is on this. It's still there, not as prevalent, but it's definitely still there. Alright. That wasn't as good as it should have been. I'm trying to do something real quick. Let's go to 4-8. This one is much slower than the one from earlier. Ah, man, that was terrible. 10,000 points under what should have been norm. Shit, sleepy. Alright, last routine. Then we're gonna take a break off of here. What we're gonna do is go through this, see how much we're under tracking, and then make adjustments. See how those adjustments have adjusted in the game. See if we're able to stay ahead with minimum under tracking exposure. Like I can still see it somewhat prevalent there. Wasn't really paying attention. So one thing about these aim trainers, man, they will put you to sleep. So 62%. Not too bad, but not what we was looking for. I'm gonna try bumping this up. Let's go to 5-3. starting to see a decline in scores, which essentially means to me that I need to go to sleep. A little bit on tracking still. Honestly, gotta bite the time. Stay awake. Get up at this. Excuse me. Oof. I think it's time. I don't think we're gonna finish it. I think I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna take a quick break and then we'll be back at it in a second here. Give me a second. I need to get some water. Get some water. Then we'll get back to the training. Give me 1 second here. See these comments. Man, I tell you, this stuff is not for the faint of heart. You want to be fully focused when you're doing this training. I just need to get a quick water break in. Get this water break in. Give me 1 second. We're getting this water. How is everybody out there doing today? Ooh, man. It's thirsty. I think my son cut off the air conditioner or something because it's hot as fuck. Alright, so I'm gonna get right back to it. Alright, give me 1 second. Let me turn this air conditioner back on. Ooh. Alright. Man. Woo! Lord Jesus. Alright. Right back at it. Right back at it. Feels so awkward. And the movements are so erratic. See, one thing about that, I don't know if you noticed, but like it's not going in straight lines. It's adding that curvature to it, so you still have a little bit of curves in your moves when following this, when tracing. It makes its big moves for the most part it's in a straight line, but it's starting to, they're incorporating curves in here to, add that in there to your movement when you're actually tracking and not target switching. So it's really good to use straight lines when target switching, but of course, when curving, and not really much you can do about it. You gotta follow the target. So this is a good exercise to kind of throw in that extra variable of, some people may move at a curve pattern if they take like a step back or a step forward and jump, or a step forward and side step with another jump afterwards. You need to adjust to that. It's not going to be perfect scenarios. So you try to get the best out of you as you can get. This ain't nothing. This ain't nothing. Let's get it. Let's get it. Ooh, new high score. Ooh. Ba-bing, ba-boom. Ooh. Nice. Let's check out tracking sheet real quick. I don't think this is in here. No, it's not in here. Okay. Alright, let's go. Focus up, focus up, focus up, focus up, focus up, focus. What do you do? Come on. Jesus. Still a little slow and getting to the dang on target. Jesus, come on. Jesus. That was bad. I was falling asleep. I'm not even gonna lie. Not even gonna cap. I was falling asleep big time on that one. Probably need to take a nap. Definitely probably need to take a nap. Let's run these iron benchmarks real quick. I really hate that penalty. Jesus Christ. I guess it's there to make sure you're efficient. You're not just spamming away. Because you'll be penalized. Not bad. Not bad. Not bad for not playing this thing since June. Ooh, that was off right there. I don't know how long I was out, but like 13 seconds left on the clock. Ooh, did it again. Fell asleep right there at the very end. Jesus Christ. Definitely gonna have to get some sleep. Keep doing it, man. So I need to take a power nap. So I'm gonna try to finish these benchmarks before I take this power nap. But my body is telling me it is ready to take a nap. And that means my son is probably ready to take a nap, so he's taking a nap with him. So you shall see. When I wake up for this information. Jesus, look at that. Worst I've ever done. Shows you how tired I am. God damn. Yeah, those not us gonna come from high scores. I remember when I never knew I would be able to track this, even in the slightest. To see that progression. Oh my god, I am streaming. Good job blowing up the stream, messing it all the way up. For a question that you could have walked upstairs and asked me. I swear I need to get another device to stream on, man. Probably messed my whole TikTok stream up. There we go. Hopefully we're still on TikTok. Let me go back over on TikTok and see if we're still in here. We still in there. Hey, TikTok. What it do, TikTok? wow, I hit gold on that. It's actually interesting. So it's on that new high score. That score puts me above my training where I am now. It's actually telling me that I should be in gold for that particular one, and should be in silver on a day-to-day basis. Got it. Duly noted. Oh my goodness. Why do you gotta mess up my stream? No fucks, boy. I swear she don't. Yes, I am streaming. How may I help you? I mean, you should get notifications, and then, I mean, if I don't answer, that's clearly what I'm doing. But what's going on? For dinner? Before it gets too late, so I would say dinner. What we ate yesterday? Yeah, Jamaican yesterday. Yeah, I'm definitely on Tuesday. What about I feel like we eating everything this week. Just thinking, food wise, what do we want to eat? What do you think about for Sebastian? Yeah, I guess we can do Chinese. I'll take a small yakimi instead of the normal size yakimi. No, I mean, I just don't want to, I'm not going to eat it all, so that's why I didn't want to get the large as well. Okay. Bye. Alright. Let's do this. Focus in right there. Still got work to do on this one. Really need to get above the 600 on this. Need to get to like the 8s, honestly. My target switching is, my speed is still not up there where it needs to be. Some people just be all over the place. I mean, they be like bang, bang, bang. Like I can't get that yet. Like I don't know if my brain just won't allow me to do it, but it's like I feel like I'm not as accurate when I get like super fast. It just takes practice. Did better than my last couple of tries though. Still got some ways to go. Need to get close to like 1,000 on this. Bad. Do better. Alright, so we're done with that. Alright, well, I'm gonna go take a nap. Appreciate you guys for stopping by. I'll probably jump on later tonight, do some Warzone or some Call of Duty. Cold War or Vanguard, one of the three. You guys can let me know in the comments what you would like to see played. If you want to join up, squad up, do some Rebirth Island or some Fortunes Keep, let me know. We'll go from there. If you want to do some Last Stance, we can play. I'm all for it, man. So anyway, hope you like, subscribe, follow, comment. Like I said, of course, if you want to party up, we can catch some games together. And then we'll go from there. Other than that, man, you guys have a good one. Take care of yourselves, your health.